Hello Destineers and welcome to another episode of Disabled Destiny Gaming, or Disabled Destiny, whichever one you want to call it. But today we're not doing any gaming. I do have some in the pipeline, so keep an eye out for that. If you're subscribed and got the notifications on, we'll see that soon. But today we're going to talk about a more personal thing, which is disability. As you can see, this beautiful image we got here, that beautiful face of mine. As I've mentioned in a couple of videos, I have cerebral palsy, which I got from birth because I was born 2 months premature. I think I was impatient, I was meant to be born on July 4th, but the British part of me was like, no, I don't want to be born on Independence Day. I want to be a Jedi. So I was born on May 4th instead. So yeah, I was born early. I had to spend a lot of time in an incubation unit before I could go home, etc. And I suppose the main kind of purpose of this video is to talk a little bit about the condition, which is because I was born early, it was quite a traumatic birth for me on the body. Parts of the brain either got damaged or just didn't form properly, so therefore cerebral palsy is the damage to the brain. And I have problems with movement. I can't walk huge distances before feeling, a strain on the body. The legs start to ache, my back aches, etc. So that was slight curvature in my spine as well. And that can be problematic, but with regular exercise that I try and do as much as I can. I can't do as much as other people, but I do what I can to keep, a certain level of fitness. You can slowly increase the distance you can go. So of course, as a kid, I had to have a lot of physiotherapy, which is working with the hospitals to stretch the muscles, which due to my condition are very, very tight and taut, and they cause discomfort. Of course, my feet used to kind of curve inwards as a kid, so I had to wear something called splinters or splints. Splints? Yes, splints, not splinters. Which would correct overuse the positioning of my feet. I had to wear them to bed every night, which were a bit uncomfortable, and they got incredibly hot in the summer, but I'll go through some pain to get to beauty. But it was nice, because they always had to be kind of used to make casts of them down at the hospital when I was young. I used to know the staff there. They were lovely, and I think I could always pick a colour for the splints I wanted. I always chose yellow because that was the colour for Watford Football Club. Come on, New Orleans. That was one part of it. Like I said, the physiotherapy was the stretching of the muscles, grab the leg, stretch, tight. These are things I kind of do at home now for myself. I have something called TheraBand, which I will go through in another video. It's like a stretchy elastic compound, which you place over the bottom of the foot, and you stretch your leg out, you pull the band up, it stretches the muscles in your leg. Be warned, if you lose your grip, you get a TheraBand in the face. That has happened a few times, pretty. But there was a few other things I had to go through generally whilst growing up, which was having to wear Pedro boots, which were strong, sturdy boots that again kept the shape of my foot facing forward than to the side. And I had to wear things like calipers, something like Forrest Gump used to wear, which is like a little strip of metal with like a leg brace that go around the top. Used to clip around the top of my leg, and then they'd hook into the side of the shoe. Again, that was to make sure that the legs were kept in a certain position and to offer me support during the day. Again, very uncomfortable during the hot summer seasons, which is something I never really enjoyed because I could never really participate as much as I'd like to growing up with things like football, rugby. I did as much as I could. I never wanted to just sit out on the sidelines. I always gave things a go, which is just a testament to my character, I suppose. I always wanted to try, and there were other things which I've adapted to over the years. See, we have my hands, and this is something I've spoken to before in my gaming videos is my coordination, my hand-eye coordination is slightly off. And my dexterity with my fingers is troublesome to say the least. So say if I wanted to hold a pen, trying to write like that is difficult. So I always used to have little grips on the side of my pen, which would help me grip the pen firmly. My handwriting is like that for 6-year-old, hyper on sugar. It's never really improved much, but I like writing letters and I'll write when I can. But obviously, it's the modern age. We have email, so that's great. I mean, I use certain software when growing up, so I would dictate to a microphone, and that would type what I was dictating onto the screen, which is why sometimes you hear me speaking a very clear, almost BBC accent, because I had to teach and train the computers to a voice that was clear and concise. So, using just everyday objects, trying to cut bread, using a knife and fork, etc., that was always difficult. But these are things that you learn to get over, and I suppose I want to kind of share the message with everybody that whatever conditions you do have in life, don't let them hold you back. By all means, there are never things you're going to be able to do. Like, I'll never be, I don't know, a famed gymnast, I'll never be able to do that. God forbid me rolling around on a gym mat, it's not a sight. But there are always goals you can achieve, and just never give up, because I never did. And it's got me to where I am today. I've achieved a hell of a lot, and I'm still achieving to this day. I just don't want people giving up just because they have something. Yes, you'll always have that label in your life, but it doesn't define who you are. I mean, look at me now. I'm on YouTube educating people. Come 30 years ago, that would have been thought about. Because I used to have a lot of teachers during school time tell me that I would never achieve, just because they had that prejudice in their head. But I kept on showing them wrong, and that's what I want you guys to do. If anyone says that you can't do anything reasonable, show them that you can, because I'm constantly showing people who told me that I would never amount to much how much I can do. So that was a little bit of information today, and I hope you enjoyed it. So until the next time, Destineers, take care of each other, be kind, and be sure to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.